YouTube, it's Matt with Olympus Reptiles, and today's a pretty cool day. So, Question Girl, show them. Question Girl's running the camera for us. It'll be kind of her and Kurt off and on today. Kind of give a full room, show the ones behind you, everything we got in here. Because it is not going to look like this for very much. You have to show all the dirty table. It's obviously a work environment. There are empty eggs in the trash. Woohoo! And, but the point that I want to make is, as I sit here on my Olympus Reptiles throne, surrounded by my mini animals, they're leaving. They're all, well, not all, but a lot of them should be leaving today with a little bit of luck. You'll have from here to here stay. I'm hoping this is gone. I'm hoping this will stay. These will be gone. One row of these will be gone. These will stay. That'll be gone, and that'll be gone. That's what my goal is. We may not get it all done in one shot, but boy, we're going to really try. And you're going to see the transition of our reptile room. When I say gone, no, we're not getting rid of snakes. No, we're not getting rid of animals. And no, we are obviously not shutting anything down. Everything we're increasing. But all this will be moving today to the reptile cabin. Now, we'll go over why really quick. I say these are staying. So what's happening is, this is a transition over time, right? Because I don't want to stress my females. So in these tubs here are my females that haven't yet laid eggs. So I want them to stay. I don't want to stress them. This row here, this whole row here has a few smaller females in it, and also the males I'm still using. So those males will stay here for breed purposes. Same with over here. This has a few males I'm still using. So this row will stay here for breed purposes. This is ready to go. This is ready to go. And then this is going to also stay, because this right now, what this is, let me show you. I'll show you one that's really cool here. Let me find one that's really cool. I know I got some really cool ones I want to share. Here's one. This is our transition rack. So that means our hatchlings that are just hatched prior to shedding are in this rack here. So I want them to stay close by. That way I can keep adding, because my eggs are still incubated here. Now by next year, that'll all be incubated at the new reptile house. But this rack is staying for that purpose. And these two racks are staying for now, simply because they contain babies that are to be shipped out. However, there will be baby racks at the new house, so all these babies, once they finish here, I anticipate them going over there to the new reptile house. And as these filter out and we get all these shipped off where they need to be, and list made and all of them gone, I anticipate no more babies over here by next year. So that's the plan. And now I'm going to turn this camera off. We're all going to roll up our sleeves and get to working. See you guys in a few minutes. Stay tuned, because by the next time you see all this, it's going to look different. Well, YouTube, let me tell you, that is crazy. It's probably, for those of you really astute viewers, you're going to notice I'm wearing different pants. That's because it took us so long last night to get this project done. We just said to hell with it and we went to bed. But we're filming to finish the conclusion tomorrow to show you what all has happened. So the question, if you kind of show around the room, this here before was with racks all the way over to there. Yeah, the floor is disgusting. I know we still got to clean up after all the move, but we'll definitely get to that. So from here over, had racks that went clear to that wall. They're now gone. Of course, a few were already gone. There was a section here. This all had racks. And you can see this is wide enough for me to stand in. This is all gone. And there's also a big hole over here that was also filled with racks. Now, let me show you what we're doing on this transition and why we've chose to do it this way. Obviously, we're moving animals very, very slowly. There's a point to that. I don't want to overstress my females who are still breeding. So anything in these racks are females. Some of these tubs are empty because we've already moved them over, like this girl here. This is an empty tub. She's already been bred. She's already laid. We've already moved her. But the rest of these that are filled are females that we think may still lay. So over here, so you got those three racks there. Over here, this stack of 10 is got a few females in it that were smaller females, just the breeding size that we did breed, that have a chance to lay. But mostly this is a rack of males, and these are the males that we're still using on our late pairings. So we had to keep them over here for that purpose. Also over here is one rack of these FB20s, and that's the same thing. This has a mix of males and females in it, but we kept these over here specifically because of the males that we're using to breed. So like our Scaleless Head Lemon Blast is still breeding, so he's still over here. So that's why these did not get moved. And of course, we have our fresh hatchling rack. Since the eggs are kept here, it's easier to have this here, along with our babies to sell and ship out rack. So that's what's still remaining in this room. But if you're ready, we're going to take you over and show you how everything fit, how it's coming along, and release the full-scale plans for the new reptile room. So let's go over there and check it out. Hey YouTube, it's Matt with Olympus Reptiles. Let's go ahead and welcome you into the new ball python room, which I know you've already been into before, but we're going to show you the transition. So over here, and of course, these are not held together like I usually like to hide my binder clips, but it is what it is. We have, you know, our two FB10s and our FB20s. As we bring the rest over here, these will extend here clear to the light switch is the plan. And as you can see, things are looking wonderful in there. There's our little Suma. And of course, everything's getting fresh, clean litter, fresh new tub as they kind of come into the new facility. There you go, buddy. So we'll slide him back in. So you're gonna have just enough room to walk through here. Don't mind some of the cords, they're not in their permanent place. We'll have to get some new thermostats and move some things around. What that's from is a Herpstat Redline 2. Over here we have some of our spare FB70s. So these aren't hooked up yet. And in looking, I'm actually going to slide these two over to about 6 more inches. And here's the reason why. There is a plug in the floor, and I can't cover that plug or I can't use it. So we'll bring these right up to the plug. That'll give us from the plug over to put more racks. My anticipation is eventually running FB70s along with one adult male rack here, which if Question Girl will spin around, you'll see where we've placed 2 adult male racks. Now these were placed here for a specific purpose, and I'll show you what that is. So over here, they clear. See, these are all empty, but no problem. If we were to go over too much further, we wouldn't have that access. Get back in there. Of course, these are going to pull out no problem, and these are also set up that when we open them, they are able to just clear for removal. So everything is set where we can get to it and remove it and put it back in. We have very, very little spare room to do so. So these cannot come this direction any further without interfering with this rack. And I don't want to move these further down because I would like to fill this from here all the way to that wall with FB70s. So you have adult females running there. You'll have adult females and an adult male rack running there. You're going to have an adult male rack in the middle there. We can stick one in like this, have access to open both without running into it. So that will be basically right here in the middle, kind of splitting the difference between those two. And so that'll give us 10, 20, 30, 40. We may have room to squeeze in one more adult male, or if we need to, we'll plot an FB70 and some adult males. They're almost twice or half the width. So we'll be able to get between 40 and 60 adult males in here, no problem. Over there will be our grow-ups, plus some of our holdback babies. We will be able to fit a baby tub right in here, which will be really, really cool. Actually, too, I think we could get another adult male rack if we move that over, was what my other measurement was, as long as we can still clear that opening space, which will be pretty important. So we may be able to squeeze that in, which would be awesome. And then we'll have baby racks right here. And again, don't mind the cords. This is temporary as we're getting everything wired up for today. We'll be able to fit a stack of baby racks right here. This will feature 3 walls of these animal plastics. So we clean them all up. These are some we got used on the great sale. So they'll go from here to here. We measure, they'll all 3 fit. And then you can see we'll have room to have 3 stacks of baby racks here. It'll come to almost the sink. We have to scoot the sink over just a few inches to make that work. But that is the plan. So this will be very tight to work in. However, everything will still come out and open up easy enough. This is going to be our washroom still with the fancy schmancy sink. And this will actually hook onto that when the time comes and will be golden. So that, guys, is kind of the plans, which I know we've shared the plans before, but now you're seeing it come to fruition. So if we step out here, I'll kind of show you what all's already living in here. She's having to duck underneath the cords, which again, not the permanent plan setup. All be tucked up and away. So these still have a lot of empty spaces, but you can see we've got all these tubs labeled with what's in them now to make it very easy for us to go through. So there's already, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We got 10 snakes over here and more to move in. These, even though there is one label, are all empty. They've been empty for a very long time. Being those are the Gen 1s, those will be the last one we fill. Over here, we've got some empty still, but several that are filled with some of the snakes that we moved over. And then we'll be filling some of those as a lot of ours and the smaller ones are going to be graduating to the bigger tubs, which is a really cool problem to have. So we'll be filling this up, and then we'll be filling those FB20s up, and we'll be kind of starting to empty out our FB10s, at least not empty them, but get them with a lot less animals in anticipation of filling them again with new animals that we produce this year. So that is going to be the ball python room in our main reptile house. And you're going to see, even when I get this all the way filled, it's going to be very, very tight, but it's going to give us the ability to house about 110 to 130 adult females, 40 to 50 males. We'll have 28 holdback tubs, along with probably 10, 20, 30 grow-up tubs and grow-out tubs, which will be for smaller males before they move into these. And then we're going to have about 350 baby tubs when it's all said and done. Should I start filling every nook and cranny? That would be this room running at full capacity. The cool thing is, even when it's full, we'll still have some room to maneuver. We can stick camera guy like right over here. We can stick camera guy like right over here. That's a cue.
Well, I'm not camera guy.
I know. And if he's filming from right here in this gap, we'd still be able to have a table, pull snakes, really show snakes, have filming with some backdrop of a bunch of racks. So will give us a lot of ability to move around and do different things. So I, for one, am really excited about this. I know we've been talking about it and it kind of went silent. Well, today was the first of 2 big moving days. What you're going to see now is us moving over individual snakes as they lay eggs. And then we'll have a giant moving day again. We'll move over the rest of our racks. Then there'll just be new acquisitions of racks as the years progress to fill this out. This will not be done overnight, okay? Like, I'm not saying that I'm going to have this filled within the next few weeks or even the next year. It'll be as we need, we add the racks to fill it. But this space gets me to pretty much what my ultimate breeding goal is and the size that I want to be when I'm full capacity. Why that size? I think if this is my only job at that point in time, I think I can handle that many animals on my own with very little assistance, but it's going to take the full-time job plus what I do now to do that. And I just couldn't even handle it now if it was filled, and I know that. But when that time comes, it'll be time to just do this. So that is where we're heading. Question girl, any questions?
No.
Oh, you got to have a question about the new reptile house. Come on. Hit me with something.
Are you going to put the trim above the doorways again?
The trim above the doorways? Eventually, if we ever find it, we'll just have to add our own. And in some places we may not, because again, this is going to be filled very, very tight. And so if you have an inch trim sticking out like that baby doorway, we may not be able to get the baby rack there we want. And if I have to choose for the look of the finished trim or squeezing in one more baby rack, I'm taking the baby rack.
How much manpower did it take to get this going?
2. Well, actually, there was 3 of us working on this big move for a while. Kurt was up here for a bit, but he had a softball game, so he couldn't stay, and he helped us with 1 truckload, and the rest of it was Question Girl and I in a Jeep. So it was a pretty long, painstaking process to get this done when we could only fit about 2 of those in a Jeep at a time. And of course, to get them out of the old house is 2 sets of stairs, one of them being outside. To get them in the new house is 1 set of stairs. It's an extremely steep one. So it was a lot of fun and definitely a lot of work getting this done. But it's going to be so very worth it. Anything else before we get off of here?
Nope.
All right, guys, thanks for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed seeing the progress of emptying out the old room and me getting so much more space in the new room. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next week.